Here we go. Hold up. I'm spotlighting a kid's show, right? And the topic is Barney the Dinosaur, right? So why do I have a feeling that this is different? Oh, right. Because it's animated instead of live action. Anyways, tired of your kids watching Cocomelon? Then give Barney a shot. And I'm talking a literal shot that's actually a tranquilizer. Because that's how you're gonna feel when you watch this long-awaited reboot of a franchise that was heavily criticized for its title character cursed with having only one emotion. A franchise that I had grown up with along with Sesame Street, Arthur, Whimsy's House, Lamb Chops Play Along, Zaboomafoo, Cyber Chase, Caillou. Yeah, even Caillou. I mean, to be fair, I was a PBS Kids kid growing up, so that's why. Now, I've covered Barney the Dinosaur before, but seeing that I was wrongfully copyright claimed for my Barney Live in New York City review, I'm gonna go the Rumorweed re-review route and make this video as fair use and transformative as possible, so that there would be no excuses this time. Also, if you want to see the original unedited version of my Barney Live review, it's going to be available to watch on Patreon with or without a subscription. Because god dang it, that review is freaking amazing, and a lot of work was put into that. But you know what doesn't take a lot of work? Is watching the pilot episode of the Barney reboot on YouTube. Yeah, they have a YouTube channel, by the way. Now, you'll notice studios like Nelvana getting involved with this show, which, by the way, fancy Nelvana found another IP to give a nostalgic boot to the head to, like they did with Donkey Kong Country. Mattel obviously has the rights to Barney. Thanks again, Mattel, or one of your third-party cronies, for the Barney Live copyright claim. But seriously, let me do this review. Please. Pretty please. Anyway, enough stalling. Let's get the theme song out of the way. By the way, it plays a little of the original Yankee Doodle-based theme before we get a totally different melody. You know, just trust me on that. I won't play the song because copyright, obviously. The floor is grape jelly, huh? Well, joke's on you. Barney jizzed everywhere. By the way, the animation for the most part is serviceable. In fact, the animation was done by Saturday Animation. Let me guess, this company only does its animations on Saturdays. Golly. Quick, guys, let's animate the pilot episode before Sunday. This studio also animated other stuff, including a Finding Nemo ripoff, I guess. And it's collaborated with the likes of NBC Universal a whole bunch of times. Whoopee. Also, production credit goes to Kickstart Entertainment, which has a few Barbie projects, Ready, Jet, Go, and Fruit Ninja? Really? The mobile game? That got its own show? But they made superheroes out of the game? The game that has you slashing fruits, and yet you guys made them into superheroes? What? I don't know, let's play The Floor is Lava. First of all, I don't have time to learn some of these kids' names, and two, the last time I've heard about The Floor is Lava is in that one YouTube Rewind video. Oh yeah, and there was a Netflix show about it. Does anyone still do that nowadays? The Floor is Lava? Anyways, the kids decide to summon Barney. Okay, here we go. One of them must have the Barney doll. Hey, they go to a purple tree in the park and call him there. Alright, that's another major difference besides the theme song. Normally, in the Barney universe, the kids would have the Barney doll to summon him with, but nah, let's be environmentally friendly and call him from a tree so purple that not even the Lorax wants to save it. Now, I'm not too concerned about Barney having a different voice actor because he's had different voice actors before, so this new voice actor is playing the role just fine.
Wait a second. Why do my toes feel gooey?
'Cause you stepped in your own shit. Anyway, Barney decides to crap all over the place. Big shock. And the kids are okay with it, I guess. Just like how everyone was okay with two weirdos eating all the cotton candy off the ground because some nut job tampered with the cotton candy machine. Good times. So David has his mom telling him that he has 5 more minutes of playtime before he has to go home. Luckily, this kid doesn't turn into Caillou and just throws a temper tantrum. I mean, that would have been awkward even for Barney here. No, instead, David is sad that he has to go home soon to help with his baby sister. So Barney is there to comfort David. Wow, that was unexpected. Normally, Barney wouldn't be this concerned whenever a child is feeling down. In fact, in the live action version, the one we've grown up with, Barney's costume design had its limitations to where he couldn't really emote. He couldn't really have these other feelings like sadness or anger. That's why he was stuck being so happy all the time. But here, the animation allows Barney to have other feelings, like being concerned and whatever this was.
I can't watch.
When you allow your characters to show emotion, then they're a lot more believable. So that's one thing they got right with this reboot. Anyway, get ready for the acid trip of your life, kids. What? I had to do it. I had to. So they gotta get across this jelly river. How? By using imaginary rope to swing over to the imaginary other side. Gee, if only Billy was afforded that same convenience, so that she wouldn't have to struggle with running away from a psychotic ghost owl. So David makes himself useful by helping one of the girls get their shoe back and giving the other girl a granola bar. This has David realize that he's a great helper after all, and he now wants to take care of his baby sister. Well, that solved this episode's plot quick.
I know what you mean.
Oh my god, I gotta play that again.
I know what you mean.
Why do I see this as a remix?
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
But hang on, we gotta introduce the other characters quick.
Baby Bop and Billy!
I'm sorry, Baby Bop and who?
Baby Bop and Billy!
Really? They changed BJ's name? Alright, so in the reboot, BJ got renamed as Billy. Well, to be fair, those initials take on a whole other meaning nowadays, so it's probably for the best. Oh, and now he thinks he's Tails from Sonic the Hedgehog. So not only does he have a name change, but he also has an identity crisis. But that's not important. What's really important is, will David step up and be a man? Or Big Brother at the least? So obviously the problem is solved and we gotta sing the I Love You song. Except, yeah, they changed up the I Love You song. Again, probably for the best, because the original song involved kissing and hugging. That's a big no-no, kids. Wait a minute. Unauthorized exhibition? Civil liability? Criminal prosecution? Funny haha. There's a thing called fair use. By the way, if this video ever gets copyright claimed, then guess where this unedited review is going? All in all, this reboot was fine. In fact, it's surprisingly good. Because at first glance, I was like, ah, man, Mattel was gonna water down this unused, unwashed dinosaur from the 90s and early 2000s. And I was like, oh god, they're gonna make Barney into another Cocomelon clone. But no, some of the changes that were made, I think this show made Barney a little more relatable rather than a walk-around character who knows nothing but being happy. I'm stuck being happy, kids. No, they didn't do that in this reboot. Yeah, that was the biggest complaint in the original series. Barney was way too happy. But when you have Barney talking to somebody like a parent or a counselor would, then you're opening the door to more relatability and more possibilities. Also, the world itself, the one Barney teleports the kids to, is kinda creative. I mean, it's not spectacular, but it's doable. Like LarryBoy's Larry Cave and Barnaby's Manor, Barney has a world that just screams Barney. Well, not literally. Duh. So much of the stuff that was missing from the original series gets added in this reboot. Does that mean that I hate the original show? Well, not really. I mean, I might have my gripes about it off and on, but guess what? That was my childhood. The original is still going to be something that I'll revisit off and on. Why? Because nostalgia. And at the very least, the original and the reboot At least they're not Cocomelon, because let's be real, Cocomelon is cancer. Check out the original unedited version of the Barney Live review on Patreon. No subscription needed. Want more funny videos? Want more artistic liberties? Want more of anything and everything? Consider joining my Patreon or becoming a channel member. Or leave a tip on my Ko-fi page. Or else I gotta live in Barney's tree for the rest of my life. Or I can live in your head rent-free with my recent 2-part collab video with Matt the Cat.
I know what you mean. 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 I know what you mean.